Okie dokie. My God, it's not hot, but the humidity is like 3,000%. And, boy, that stuff's almost completely burned up. That was fast. I helped my wife a little bit. And, the yard is so soft we can't get the lawnmower with the trailer, so I don't know what she's gonna do. Probably come out here and feed that fire one more time and let it burn down, and then pick up the scraps and throw them on the fire. Okay, I got the rest of my order from True Grit, and you know, they even called me. That's why. This is why I like True Grit. I ordered this, and they called me and let me know that this was on back order. Now, I got my other ones, the 60s, which I don't use the 60s a lot. Let me get this out of here, see if I can. Yeah. Because, oh, yeah. You know, I put this on my Facebook page, and I don't want to give anybody the wrong impression. I have not. This is just the group you got to join first. Then the next step is the Lone Star Knife Makers Guild, and I have to make 3 knives and present them for inspection. And anyway, back to this. So they found out it was going to take a lot longer, 2 to 3 weeks, and he called me again and said, I'm real sorry about that. So they actually paid for shipping on this. They said, we're going to send you this. You've already paid for it. You pay for the shipping. When this comes in, we'll send you that, and we'll cover the shipping. So you don't get that kind of shit. You know, yesterday I was talking about bad service everywhere. True Grit is, I think it's like 3 people. It's a father, son, and somebody else. And you don't get that kind of service anywhere else. Not that well, you know, Jant's, knifemaking.com, those are really good people too. And I have, in the knife making world, I honestly have not come across anybody that I can recall right this second that I wouldn't do business with again. There's been a couple of people I've bought handled wood from that were scammers and ripped me off, which is why I have settled on just a handful of places I buy my wood from. I think I've already mentioned that. But anyway, True Grit, they sent me the rest of my sanding drums. So there we go. I'm fixing to put these in the drawer and then turn around and get to sanding on that knife. Yeah, you remember yesterday when I told you I was finally through that crappy sandpaper made by Deer Foss? Well, not so much. As a matter of fact, it's even worse than that. I have so much sand. Now, I've got a lot of sandpaper to keep track of here, so it's easy to see how I could get so screwed up. But look at this. I got to work. Now, I've got the good stuff under here, but look at all I got to work through. Oh, that's disappointing. And I'm not going to throw it away. It's not so bad that I would throw it away. And the only reason I had that little bit of over here, because I filled this up and I had a little left over that wouldn't fit in here, so that's why that happened. So I got a ton of that crap I gotta work through, and the thing is, it's not crappy enough where I would be justified throwing it away, giving it away, you know, using it to start fires. So this is that knife I started yesterday, and I got a little bit of grinding lines I gotta sand out, and then I start the progression. I don't usually start sanding at 120. I came off the grinding belt at 120. So this is a difference. This is the difference between the grinding belt leaves, now this is a 120 belt that leaves these lines this away, and look how much, the same grit, 120, look how much smoother it is. I don't know why that is, but it's always puzzled me why a 120 belt leaves these deep marks, and 120 sandpaper takes them out and leaves a nice smooth finish. So anyway, that's where I'm at. Let me get to sanding. Okay, this is sanded up to 400. Let me go ahead and take it out. And I'm gonna heat treat it and temper it and then clean it up with 600. All right, let's get to work. Man, that was such an incredible flare up that I singed some hair somewhere. I'm thinking eyebrows. I gotta go look in the mirror, see what part of my facial hair burnt off. So anyway, I gotta go clean this up a little bit. No bends, that was nice. Let me double check. No warps, good deal. All right, clean the oil off of it, go stick it in my tempering oven, and I'll probably get back on this Sunday or Monday. There are 2 Patriot Guard events Saturday. One is early in the morning, way over in Texas, which is southwest of Canton, Texas, from me. It's in Athens. And 113 miles from here. And the other one's in Marshall, and I have to make my mind up which one I want to go to. Marshall's just, 20 miles to my west, but the one that's in Athens is a Patriot Guard member that also a veteran that passed away. And I think I'm going to go to that one. I'll have to get started, 6 in the morning or so. And I don't like driving that in rush hour traffic here in Texas because everybody goes much faster than I go. But I think I'm going to take 43. I think I'm just going to take the slower back roads over there. So anyway, let me get this cleaned up and get it in the tempering oven. All right. So, see you Sunday. Well, I still got my eyebrows. Yeah, let me get you out. There we go. Still got my eyebrows. Got my beard. So, my gloves come up to about mid forearm. So I'm thinking maybe I got some of the hair back here. Because I definitely heard the hair sizzle and smelled it. If you've burned hair before, that's unmistakable odor. Okay. Well, I got a little time. I'm going to go out and clean up my motorcycle a little bit and check the tire pressure. And I have air shocks on my motorcycle, and it requires a certain amount of air, and it has a very, very slow leak in it. And let me get a soda. So I have to check it every month or so, and put about 20 pounds of air in it for my weight, which is only 150 pounds. Oh yeah. Okay. See you soon. Would you like to see my motorcycle? I'll show you my motorcycle after I get it all cleaned up. I'm not gonna go to waxing it, but I am gonna take a wet rag and clean some of the dust off of it. Well, I just found out an important piece of information. These have air shocks, and I looked in my owner's manual. First place I should have looked, because if you go to a Harley owners forum, you're gonna get 100 different answers for one single question, and none of them will be right. So anyway, these air shocks are supposed to be between 30 and 40 PSI for somebody of my girth. And I had this running about 12. So that would explain some of the hard bumps that have nearly broke my back. Alrighty, I haven't done a real good job. I just checked my tire pressure, adjusted my air shocks up to what they're supposed to be, and just give it a quick wipe down with a little fast detailer. As soon as it's cool and comfortable, I'm gonna put this up on my motorcycle jack stand right there. I'm gonna get in the ground and I'm gonna give it a real good scrubbing, polishing. I'm probably gonna take the front wheel completely off and the disc completely off, and because it's still got some rust on it that I couldn't get to, and clean it all up, put a good coat of wax on it, put everything back together, and that'll probably be good for the rest of my life. I just need to, you know, hit it with a spray detailer and wipe it off. But this had not been maintained, aesthetically maintained. Nobody waxed it or polished it. And it's gonna take a whole lot of work to get it back to the way I like to keep my stuff, which is shiny, covered in wax, and anyway. And I'll probably get to my wife's too, because even though it's 2005, you certainly wouldn't know it by looking at it. And it's worth keeping in good shape. She likes her motorcycle. Okay. So it's a 50% chance of rain Saturday. And I don't like riding a motorcycle in the rain, so I'm not 100% certain I'm going to be going to that funeral. I'll be honest, rain on two wheels scares me, only because all the wrecks I've seen as a truck driver on rain being the cause of it. All right, I'm going to go take a shower. See you tomorrow. Well, I gave up on my square pan. Just cannot find a well-made square pan that's about 10 or 11 inches. I've seen some cheap pans. I've seen the as seen on TV pans, but I can't afford to spend money that's not going to result in a good usable pan that's going to last me 5 or 6 years. So I give up on the square pan, and I bought two. This came in a 2-pack. They're the same pan, and this is the Tramontina. Now the one I had, I threw away because the non-stick started sticking, but I cooked an omelet pretty near every day in that pan for almost 5 years, 6 years, somewhere in that neighborhood. And now I read the only bad review I read was on the bottom pan here that this was messed up. So let's have a look. Okay, well, there's plastic, so it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Okay, no complaints. Good deal. So now I have a pan I'm gonna use, and a pan I'll take out in about 5 years when this one wears out. Oh, I forgot to say, the pear is, you know, I like Tramontina. I've had good luck with Tramontina. I have 2 other Tramontina pans that I've had for five or more years. It's a little smaller than this and a lot bigger than this. So I like Tramontina. They're well made, they're heavy and thick, and they don't warp. They don't, when you heat them up, they don't dome in the middle. So I'm glad to have them. I'll just live with round omelets, and when I get them on my plate, I'll turn them into a square. I'm kidding. Man, I still forgot to tell you the most important part. It was $40 for the pair, and I had $23 of points that I did not know I had on a credit card. So this basically only cost me $17 for the pair. There, I said it.